Today I'm going to show you how to make a really great Caesar salad. I'm going to start with 2 heads of romaine lettuce. Now, if the romaine isn't quite as crisp as you'd like it to be, what you can do is soak it in some icy cold water for about 20 minutes and then drain it and run it through a salad spinner, and it'll be nicely crisped up for you. Now, the dressing for 2 heads of romaine is 8 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. I always use and recommend freshly squeezed because when you buy lemon juice like that's in a jar already juiced for you, it doesn't taste the same. It has additives and stuff that just gives it a little bit of an off flavor. And 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. And I whisk that together nicely. The Dijon mustard emulsifies it nicely for you. Once I have that together, then I add 4 extra large cloves of garlic. This is one of the things that I think makes a great Caesar salad. I grate it myself. Again, if you buy the stuff that's already like chopped or minced or whatever in a jar from the grocery store, that always has an off flavor. So fresh is definitely the way to go with this salad. So you can see I have quite a bit, and I use the fine hole of the grater to grate this. And that makes a difference too. The way you mince or grate your garlic affects the flavor. So I grate it on the fine hole of a grater, and I mix that in. And next I add the anchovies. Now, I know a lot of people, when they hear anchovies, oh, I don't like anchovies. If you do not put these anchovies in, your dressing will taste much different. This adds so much to the dressing. Now, always, I mince them up very, very finely. You don't see them in the salad. You don't know they're in there, but believe me, you need them. Unless there's an allergy, use them. Okay, so now I have this all mixed nicely together, blended nicely together. It's all emulsified. And I'm going to put it on, just drizzle it over the lettuce. There we go. Now I start tossing it. Gotta distribute it. Now, this is the very, very important part. Lots and lots of Parmesan Romano cheese. Now, what I do is this is 1 cup. I'm probably going to use all this. I'm going to kind of judge it as I go along. But this is actually half Parmigiano Reggiano and half Pecorino Romano. I like to blend the 2 together and mix them up. And also, again, I grate this myself on the finest hole of the grater because many times in the stores, if you get the one that's grated finely, it's almost like a powder. And that's not really ideal for the dressing. And then sometimes the one, if it's coarsely grated, is just too coarsely grated and it gets a little bit dried out in there, you know, as it's sitting in the container ready to be sold in the store. So I'll start and I kind of watch it as I go. Generous handful, and always freshly cracked, coarsely ground pepper. If you notice when you're in a restaurant and they come over, you know, and put that freshly cracked pepper on your salad, it makes such a So I use a lot of it. That's my tips. One of my tips for making a great Caesar salad. You have to use a lot of freshly grated and coarsely grated black pepper. And then you toss and toss. I just don't add it all at once because I want to try to get it more evenly distributed. I don't want, you know, big amounts in just one part of the salad, big amounts of cheese just all clumped in one place. Now more freshly grated freshly ground pepper, nice and coarsely ground. There we go. Oh, this smells fantastic. And I'm looking at this and I don't see quite as much. I want to be able to see the cheese when it's in there. That's just how I judge that it's good. So here goes the rest. So this is 1 cup for these 2 heads of romaine lettuce. That's 1 cup of the grated cheese. And more freshly cracked pepper. There we go. Toss it up. There. Now I see it. As I'm looking at the lettuce leaves, I could actually see the Parmesan cheese on them. Oopsie. There we go. Now I see it. That's a good amount. And 1 more freshly ground pepper. There we go. All right. Extremely popular for groups, for parties. If you want to make less just for your dinner for one evening, of course, you could just use 1 head. But that's it. That's my tips for making a really, really delicious Caesar salad. So hope you enjoy.